dream or a goal, you want to commit it to writing. You want to take your pen and put it in words. The first step is to keep living with the idea. Don't let anybody steal the dream. Put it in writing. Write it out as clear as you can. And your words have got to be so clear that if you give it to somebody else, they would get the same picture in their mind as you've got on yours. See, words are symbols, and every symbol has a corresponding image. So we want to put it in words that would trigger the same picture in somebody else's mind. That's crystallizing the goal. And then write it out often. Live with it often. And you will set up an attractive force because the image is setting up the vibration. The image is in the mind, control the vibration you're in. Now, the vibration you're in is going to dictate what you attract to you. So the first trick of life is fall in love with the idea. You will move on to the frequency that idea operates on. Everything operates on frequencies. You've got to get on the frequency of the good that you desire, and everything will move toward you. You will attract it. It's a matter of decision. Now, it may take a while before it manifests outside. But when it happens inside, it's already happened. You don't have to know how you're going to reach it. That I know where I'm going, and I know I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there. See, the how is what stops for me.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers, rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day, fired up. Literally just got a ka-ching while I was looking at my phone. I was like, whoa, okay, here we go. Love to see it. Nice, getting paid. That'll do. Love it. Crazy. I literally just listed something on Craigslist right before we got on here. And what do you know? Just got the Cash App, little $300 sent for the listing on Craigslist, little e-commerce flip for the morning. So I love to see it. The fam is absolutely on fire this morning. Let me show you guys what's been going down in the chat real quick. This morning already, we've got ka-chings flowing left and right. Mr. Joey Medina is actually on there live right now, but I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. Shane and Talina with the ka-ching, boom, back to back on this beautiful morning. So great for these multiple streams of income, being able to get paid anywhere at any time. And I'm telling you, the whole family is riding this wave right now. So it's amazing to see it. I'm so blessed and grateful to be on here with each and every single one of you. We have so many miracles coming in the month of June and getting into this summer season of 2024. So it's good to see everybody. Cedric in the building, Rudge, Dreamers. I hope everybody had a great start to your morning so far. And today, I want to keep it super short and sweet because I know we've got some lives that are going right now. A lot of sauce to be given away. But today we're going to be talking about the 7 natural laws of success. And this is what's interesting, right? Just like even Joey Medina. Check this out. Joey Medina, boom, already made a sale. Let's figure out what's going on in class today. Ka-ching. Well, guess what? The reason he's getting sales, the reason why he's successful is because he understands certain laws of the universe, right? Like the law of cause and effect, like some of the laws that I'm going to be going over today. But this is going to hit like a brick right on time. I know it is. So let's go ahead and get into it, fam. What's everybody grateful coming into the day? A piece of gratitude. And let's go ahead and get started on the 7 natural laws of the universe. I'm telling you, this is not just for business. This is for life right here. It's going to be one to remember. 7 natural laws of the universe. Here we go. Awesome. IG is here. Happy Wednesday. Where are we at? Middle of the week. Happy hump day. Good morning. So grateful to be alive. Grateful for each of you. So thankful for the fam. Grateful for God. Grateful for the access to information. Lovely in here. Shane and Talina. Congratulations, Shane. I see you. Michigan flowing early. Great start to the AM. Lovely's getting things moving. Love to see it. Absolutely. We've got our Kangen in. We've got some studying. I've been doing some research on some new products and new listings for the morning, so I'm excited. We got a lot of things here and in the works. And today we've got a massive Women's Wednesday call. So if you guys know any women that are hungry to learn, that are like-minded, that are ready for change, tonight is the perfect call to go ahead and share it. Also for my men, right? We can learn a lot from women inside of the industry. So this is a great call, not to just get on, but to be able to go ahead and leverage as well. JD, what's going on? Awesome, awesome. So no further ado, let me cut to the chase. 7 natural laws of the universe. And here we go. First things first. So there's a lot of different laws of the universe, right? You guys can take the time to go ahead and do your research, but today I'm just going to be touching on 7 of them, okay? And number 1 is called the law of vibration. Bob Proctor goes heavily through all of these laws of the universe. If you guys want to go do some more research, Bob Proctor is your man, okay? But number 1, he says the law of vibration says that everything vibrates and nothing rests. Whether you know it or not, this cup is vibrating. The water inside of this glass is vibrating. The journal is vibrating. You and I are vibrating right now. And here's what's interesting, right? Everything around us, if everything is around us is vibrating, that's why we say that our energy is almost like our new identity. Because vibrations of the same frequency, they resonate with each other. That's why they say misery loves company, right? That frequency loves to go ahead and be shared and spread, but the same thing happens on the other side, right? So like attracts like energy. This is why for myself, when I first got started, my circle of influence, the vibration that I was around was not used to reading books. They weren't used to journaling. They weren't used to listening to audios. They definitely did not have a 90-day game plan. They didn't have a year vision for themselves. And guess what happened to me? That vibration rubbed off of them and came straight on to me. And I came down to their vibration because you know why? You see, humans are like thermostats, right? What do I mean by that? A human, if you're naturally at an 85 degree level, right? And we start hanging around those that are 60 degrees, 50 degrees, do you know what naturally happens to our degree? Naturally, just by law, our thinking, our vibration, naturally, most of the time, drops down close to their level. This is why you can almost bet on it. You and I, we're the average of our 5 closest circle of influence. If you don't believe me, look at some of your 5 closest friends, or even ask your friends this. Ask your friends like, yo, who are some of your 5 best friends and what do they make? And then ask them what they make. They probably make within the same $5,000 of each other. And for me, guess what I was? I was hanging around broke, and guess what? I was number 6. So I said, you know what? Let me change my frequency. Let me change the vibration that I'm around. And that's when everything started to change. You see, my new roommates went from smoking and joking, watching TV, spending hours in their room watching Netflix, doing absolutely nothing, to actually studying. One of my roommates was taking notes. The other one was listening to an audio. The other one was getting a workout in. The other one was on mentorship calls all day long. You know what I started doing? Instead of just sitting at home, I was like, man, let me go buy a book. Let me go get my journal inked up a little bit. Let me start listening to some audios. And by association, my frequency started to elevate towards theirs. So this is one of the first biggest things that I realized when it comes to success. If you want to take the elevator to success, one of the fastest ways for you and I to be able to go ahead and make that happen is to literally find some that have already been there. And we have just that, don't we? Look at our educators. Look at the chairman. Look at the mentorship that we have. They're all vibrating at an extremely high level. That's why when you look at their energy of a chairman, of an educator, it's on a different planet. Why? Because they understand. However we're vibrating frequently, that determines our frequency. Okay? So this is huge. Major things to understand. Number 2, the second law that we're going over today is going to be called the law of transmutation. Okay? Now, what do I mean by transmutation? Is energy moves in and out of physical form. Bob Proctor, if you didn't catch it, go back and listen to the first 60 seconds of this video. Bob Proctor explains exactly what the law of transmutation is. He says the creative thoughts that we think frequently end up manifesting and producing out through our physical form. I'll give you a perfect idea, right? How thoughts can literally create feelings inside of the body. Just a thought can literally affect your entire body, all of your cells. Perfect example. I've done this before, but I want to give it to you again so I can prove to you how real the law of transmutation really is. You ready? Here's the first thing. So if I were to ask you guys, are you more afraid of, let's say, reptiles? Are you more afraid of spiders? Or are you more afraid of bugs? Which one of those three really gets you nervous? Gets your hands sweating a little bit? For me, I can't stand roaches. Spiders, forget about it. Snakes, they give me the heebie-jeebies. So honestly, all three of them, I don't care for. I could do the rest of my life without seeing any of those three. But watch this. Imagine if we were in, you guys ever seen Fear Factor? Imagine if we're in Fear Factor and we're sitting inside that glass white coffin and our hands are handcuffed like this, right? Just like this in front of us. And they dump, right? Imagine, just close your eyes. And they dump these cockroaches, these huge snakes all over your body. Maybe some spiders, drip a little spiders on top. You guys can probably feel how skeevy that makes you feel, right? I got goosebumps thinking about it. It's crazy. That's the power of the mind. You see, we just took a spiritual thought, something spiritual, and guess what? If you think about it for at least 60 seconds, that's enough time for that feeling to create a physical feeling inside of the body. You still feel it. You probably still feel weird, right? But let's go ahead and let me show you the opposite side. Let me show you the positive side of learning how to transmute to benefit us. Imagine if you guys are wearing your dream suit, or you're wearing your dream dress, okay? And you guys are you get into your dream ride, whatever that is. Imagine what that is. You get into your dream car, you get in there, you grab the steering wheel, you smell the leather, you're on the way to the event, you're dressed in your favorite color, whatever it's a dark blue, maybe it's a jet black, maybe it's a soft red, maybe you guys have red bottom shoes on, whatever that is, and you're on stage in front of thousands of people in a completely different country, and you see your family out there. You see the congratulations, you see the energy, you see the crowd going wild, and you're just sitting up there in that moment, knowing that all of that time, that effort, that energy, that passion, that discipline led to this moment. And you get off and you're getting all of these phone calls of congratulations. Your messages are getting blown up like crazy. What does that feel like? To be able to have your family call you like, I'm so proud of you. I know what you've been doing these past couple months. I know the work that you've been put in. And I couldn't even put into words how proud I am of you. How does that make you feel? I got goosebumps again thinking about that one. But I see it. These are things that I visualize all the time. I visualize you all on stage. I visualize you guys experiencing some of these experiences that I've been able to see. This is why I'm still going years later. Because of these events, the experiences, the stories, the masterminds, the flights, the beaches, the late night conversations, the Zoom calls, the behind the closed door conversations, right? That's what makes it all worth it. But this is the transmutation. This is learning how to use the mind as a tool, use the mind as a piece of leverage. Because guess what? We don't have to have this success physically yet. We can create it spiritually right here first and embody that feeling. Feel it as if it's already done. Like for me, for the longest time, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but my screensaver, hold on. IG, give me a second. I'll be right back. Oh, it won't let me get off IG. I'll get back. But you guys can ask me. Like my screensaver says chairman. I have chairman on my screen. I've had it for years. So every day when I look at my screen, that's what I manifest. That's what I embody. That's what I envision, is to be able to impact, being able to go out and serve. So my question for everybody today is, what's your phone screen? What's your lock screen that you see every day? Because I can promise you right now, if you be super intentional with that, that is going to light your vision. Because we look at our phone over 100 times a day. So imagine if you saw your goal, your vision, 100 times a day subconsciously every time you look at your phone. That's different. That's transmutation right there. You ready? So here we go. Here's number 3. Third law of the universe. It's getting windy. I can feel the energy just brewing over here. The law of polarity. Your girl and your brand. Let's go. I love it. Animals. Good stuff. The why. Okay. The law of polarity is this. It states that everything has an opposite, right? We have cold, we have hot, we have light, we have dark, we have up, we have down. And in the absence of that which you are not is that which you are. Something else that Bob Proctor states. He said, polar opposites, believe it or not, they make everything possible. He said, in fact, if we didn't have polar opposites, there would be no such thing as being able to be happy. There would be no such thing as joy. There would be no need for faith. Because think about it. If everything just happened without being able to think, without having to have a little bit of discipline, without needing consistency, everybody walking would have success. there would be no trials to learn from. There would be no such thing as lessons. So when you really understand the law of polarity, it takes both sides, right? It takes two to tango. It takes being able to go through a challenge to be able to maybe learn something new, right? Jim Rohn says, he said, if we don't get challenged, it's not going to be able to go ahead and change us. Shane touched on that earlier. It's so true. So the yin and yang, right? In every bad situation, there's good. In every good, there's something that we can be able to go ahead and learn. So the next time that you guys have a situation in your life, remember the law of opposites. If it seems like life is pouring down right now, whatever comes down, guess what? Eventually is going to bounce back up. Just like the Forex markets. Same way it goes the other way. What goes up, I give you this lesson right now, it's going to come down. Remember that. Remember me teaching you this one right here, because whenever anything is going up, I promise you it never goes up forever. Everything has a retrace. You think there's no retraces in business? There's no retraces with building a body. There's no retrace with building an empire. It's all a part of the process. Just like the market, it can't go straight up because it needs the retracement to get more liquidity, more power, more volume to be able to launch to newer levels. Same thing happens with our life. But when you understand the laws, you're not worried when these things happen. Somebody quits your business. Trades aren't going the right way. Maybe things aren't manifesting how we envision them. This is laws of the universe. If there wasn't rainy days, we would never appreciate the sunshine. So the next time that you have a rainy day, remember, this is where the real gratitude is built. This is where the real grit is built. It's easy to be happy when everybody's winning, but how do we handle the losses? How do we handle the lessons? That's what separates the elites, okay? Huge. Even lessons for me. I'm still growing through it. All of these lessons, all of these laws, I'm still working on mastering these myself. That's why even for me, this is a great training for me to go ahead and relapse some of these laws, okay? Number 4. The 4 is called the law of relativity. And this is kind of similar to the law of polarity in a way, because the law of relativity states that nothing is what it is until we relate it to something. So I want you guys to think about what are some things in your life that might seem, how do I put this? Heavy. What are some things in your life that feel like they might be weighing you down a little bit? You feel like you're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders right now? Drop a 3 down below if you guys might feel like you got some weight on your shoulders. Some way, some shape, or some form. Let me drop my 3s because I got some weight too. I feel it. I'm with you. But watch this. Pay attention. Number 1, that's normal. You're human. I'm human. This is a part of the journey. But watch this, okay? This is important. The law of relativity states that whatever you think is heavy in your life right now, I want you to make it relative to another situation. You see, I have students that are in Nigeria. I have students that are in Ghana. I have students that are in Johannesburg. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but some of their family, they don't have a roof over their head to sleep at night. It literally has holes inside of their home, in their ceiling. So when it rains at night, they get soaked. They don't have AC. They don't have heat in the winter. You guys wouldn't even be able to imagine the life that some of these individuals live inside of third world countries. So we're complaining maybe about a couple dollars over here. Guess what? Some of them don't make more than $200 a month. Imagine that. Imagine having to stretch $200 a month and you have 2 children, 3 children, and you're a single mother. The law of relativity. You see, somebody didn't get a chance to wake up today. There's somebody right now, today, as we sit, 11:36 a.m. Eastern, that's sitting inside of a hospital bed, that all they get to look at is maybe 4 white walls. All they get to look at is out a window. And guess what? They couldn't even take the time to go walk, even if they wanted to, because time is ticking. They don't have a lot of sand that's left inside of their hourglass. You see what I'm saying? Time doesn't wait on anybody. So the moment that we realize how precious time is, the moment that we realize that our situation seems bad, compared to who? Compared to what? Even on the other side, I remember when I was on my come up, and I was really succeeding. I was seeing some serious success, and I hit a certain level that I was looking to hit. And my mentor said, D, he said, you're doing great, you're doing wonderful, but let me ask you this: you're making good money, but compared to who? He said, okay, you're doing good compared to people that's in your city, but let me FaceTime somebody right now that makes in a day what you just made in the past 6 months. I said, whoa. Whoa, got him on the phone, called up Darwin Lopez. And it just showed me like everything is relative. You think a lot of money is a lot. $1 million isn't a lot of money to a multimillionaire, right? So there's always levels. The moment that we think we made it, the moment that we think we know it all, there's always another level. $1 million is not a lot to somebody that has a jet. That's paper money to them. So everything is relative. My friend literally, oh, this is big right here. My friend literally had his second leg amputated yesterday afternoon. 3 months ago, he had both of them. Talk about being thankful to be healthy. So thankful to be able to even be able to walk. Look at that, to be able to walk. This is the law of relativity. You see, we might be complaining getting off this call, but how many of us took the time that we can actually stand up and actually go walk to go get a drink after this? Not everybody can do that. So the next time that we go complain, the next time that we go blame what's happening in life, that's relative compared to who and compared to what. This is a game. This helped me out so much in my life. I used to complain about things. I used to blame the president, blame what's going on in the economy, until I started realizing this is relative to what? There's people in third world countries. You guys realize this? There's people in third world countries right now, as I speak to you, that are chairman 100s inside of our platform. In Mexico, they don't make more than $250 a month, yet they are chairman 100 making 6 figures a month. Why? They made it happen. They let go of excuses, and they just said, you know what? If not me, then who? If not now, then when? If not this, then what? Huge. Some people on the island, it's incredible to see, but they understand these laws. Maybe not at a detailed level, but they're understanding them subconsciously. 5. I've got 3 more. Stick with me. Number 5 is the law of rhythm. Okay. The law of rhythm is I'm gonna breeze through these next 3. Okay. It states that everything has a natural cycle. Look at the ocean. Drop a 555 if you guys love the ocean. This is one of my favorite creations in the world. That's actually one of my biggest goals. One of my biggest inspirations is to be able to travel all around the country and to experience these exotic beaches all around the world. Out in Bali, out in the Maldives, out in Thailand, some cliffs out in DR. Some phenomenal place I want to visit. Greece. The beaches out in Greece. I have a student that's out in Athens. He used to FaceTime me all the time. Just put it on my vision board. What are some places that you guys would like to go? What are some destinations that you would like to travel? Drop it down below. Thailand, Bali. I love it. You see, we're working on the transmutation right now. We're working on the spiritual side to go to manifest through the physical. You see? Throwing that in there. Right? The law of rhythm is this. So it's just like the tide. Okay? If you've ever been to a really nice beach, I want you to remember that time when you were sitting there and your feet are sitting in the water, and maybe you're looking out at the sunset. You can feel the splash coming up on your shorts. And you remember how the tide, it goes out and it comes in rhythmically, systematically. It never stops. The tide will always continue. It always comes out and it always comes right back in. This is a law of the universe. So here's something that's really interesting. The tide goes in and then it comes back out, and the night follows the day. Life regenerates itself. We all have good times, we all have bad times, but guess what? Nothing stays the same. In fact, change is one of the only constants in life. Just like, think about it. If we go draw something in the sand, right at like the rip tide area, the tide's going to continue to wash that away. So change is inevitable. There's always going to be something that wipes the surface clean. As we grow, as we get older, this is just a law that nobody can run away from. But here's also something that I know. Knowing that this too shall pass is one of the greatest wisdoms of the ebb and flow that we can actually go ahead and learn from. So think about it. The next time that you guys are on a downswing, this is important to remember. Every storm has a rainbow. No storm lasts forever. So this is what I mean by remembering the law of rhythm, the in and outs. If you feel like you're in a storm right now, if you feel like you're in a riptide, nothing lasts forever. Good times are here and good times are on the way. Next, 6 and 7, the law of cause and effect. This is big. Very true. This too shall pass. Can't have the rainbow without the storm, right? Never seen it. I've never seen it. That's why. Because God, the universe, they're trying to teach us something. If you pay attention. The law of cause and effect states that for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Every cause has an effect, and every effect has a cause. So if you think about it, this is kind of like what Nena was talking about earlier this week. The seeds that we plant is the cause, and how we water them is going to end up creating the effect. So you guys might not understand this, but where we sit today, where we are right now, is nothing but the cause of the past 90 days has created the effect of where we're sitting right here. So if we want to change the effect in the next 90 days, if we want to change the effect in the next 6 months by the end of the year, what needs to change? What needs to be implemented right now? An intentional cause, because an intentional cause is going to lead to an intentional effect. This is why you don't notice eating the junk food every day. It compounds over time. So the cause, just like not showing up, just like not asking questions, you don't notice the effect right away. Some things take time to go ahead and manifest. And this is exactly what I'm going to get into in this last law. Things take time with the cause and effect. So you might not see it right away, but just like building the body, every day that we hit the gym, every day that we get 1% better, you might not notice it right away. But I promise you, the scale is moving. The trajectory is moving. Okay. So how to apply it is consistently think and act on what it is you desire and be effective with it, because every cause that we're doing is going to lead to the effect. And last but not least is this. It's the law of gestation. I told you about the cause and effect. Things take time. The law of gestation is exactly that. If you look at a baby, look at different animals and humans, it takes a different amount of time for an elephant to be born than it does for a giraffe, than it does for a koala, than it does for a human, right? Creation. Great things take time. Well, the same thing happens here. Everything takes time to manifest. I've never seen somebody plant a fruit and seen that thing pop up the next day. It doesn't exist. It's not real. But here's also what's important to know is all things have a beginning and they grow into form as energy, as nutrients is watered onto it. This is how it works. Thoughts are like seeds being planted, and the more energy that we give to those thoughts, eventually they bloom into a physical experience. I was thinking about this in the shower. Every morning that I get in the shower, it's one of my really big thinking times. And I assess the day, and I visualize what I want, and I visualize all the outcomes that I'm looking to see inside of my life. And I was just thinking about this right here. This is the law of gestation. If people could realize that we overestimate what happens in 30 days, but we underestimate what happens in 90 days, This is one of the biggest shifts that anybody can ever experience for themselves. And I'm so passionate about this topic that tomorrow at 8 p.m., put it on your schedule. I'm going to show you guys the power of a 90-day sprint inside of your life. I have a full-blown training for Leadership Dynasty for the entire family that I'm going to be laying out on how to go ahead and really maximize a 90-day blitz inside of our lives, because 90 days, it's short enough to go ahead and really sprint the whole way, but it's long enough to leave an impact, to go ahead and leave an impression for 2024 and beyond. So if you guys are excited, let me see some fives down below, because this is going to be a massive training coming into the next 90 days to go ahead and maximize the rest of 2024. So fam, I'm excited. I appreciate you guys. I have nothing but gratitude for each and every single one of you. And I'm fired up. I'm excited because I know we've only scratched the surface of the abundance that's here and on the way for the summer. So remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Go ahead and drop those down below, fam. Smash that like button if you are ready to go ahead and run this race for the rest of 2024. Let's go out and make it happen, fam, and turn these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's get to work.